They told you that light travels through space. They never told you that it travels through you. Every thought you've ever had, every emotion you've ever carried, leaves a faint shimmer in the air around your body. You are not merely reflecting light, you are broadcasting it. Scientists call them biophotons, tiny packets of electromagnetic energy emitted by living cells. Ancient mystics called it the aura. The poets simply called it a soul that glows. I remember the first time I read that human DNA emits light. It was as if someone had quietly confirmed what I had always known, that the human being is not a creature of clay, but a filament of the cosmos itself. And I thought, of course we shine. Take away all the philosophies for a moment and imagine the simplest truth. The entire universe is energy vibrating at different speeds. Slow vibration looks solid. Faster vibration becomes invisible. The only difference between the desk in front of you and the thought passing through your mind is frequency. In 1923, a biologist named Alexander Gurwitch discovered that dividing cells in onion roots gave off a faint ultraviolet glow. He called them mitogenetic rays. His colleagues dismissed it as fantasy until the 1970s, when a German physicist, Fritz Albert Popp, proved those same light emissions were real. Popp found that healthy cells emit coherent light, like tiny lasers, while sick or stressed cells flicker chaotically. So the question isn't if we shine, it's how clearly we do. Have you ever walked into a room and felt someone's presence before they spoke? That isn't intuition in a mystical sense. It's physics meeting biology. Your body's electromagnetic field extends meters beyond your skin, changing subtly with every heartbeat, thought, and breath. The HeartMath Institute has measured this with magnetometers. Our emotions literally sculpt the magnetic field around us. When I was younger, I could feel tension in a room before words were exchanged. I used to think it was anxiety. Now I understand. My system was reading light. The way a tuning fork feels another tuning fork hum. We're all doing it. We just forgot to notice. Here's where it becomes beautifully strange. Neuroscientists have found that the brain's microtubules, tiny lattice-like structures inside neurons, can guide photons. Some researchers suggest these structures could be the medium through which consciousness interacts with matter. Think about that. Every idea that crosses your mind could also be a pattern of light. When you imagine someone you love, your neurons fire in synchrony, releasing electromagnetic pulses, miniature beacons calling that person's image into the field of possibility. When you dwell in anger, the light contracts. When you forgive, it expands. You feel it instantly, don't you? I've felt it too. That moment when you finally let something go and your chest feels 10 kilos lighter. That's not poetry, that's physics expressed through mercy. Thousands of years before microscopes, our ancestors built temples to this truth. In Egypt, priests spoke of the Ka, the luminous double of the soul. In India, sages mapped the chakras, vortices of spinning light. In China, healers followed Qi, the invisible current that animates all life. They weren't guessing. They were observing the same phenomenon we are only now rediscovering under fluorescent lamp bulbs. The Vedas describe the human being as a sun hidden in flesh. The emerald tablet whispers, as above, so below. Everything that glitters in the night sky also glows within you. Close your eyes for a second. Take a breath in. Imagine that with every inhale, light moves up through the soles of your feet, spirals along your spine, and pools behind your eyes. Now open them. Notice how colors seem sharper? That's not imagination. It's attention changing the nervous system's electrical rhythm. When the mind stills, coherence rises, and coherent systems emit stronger light. Meditation, prayer, music, laughter, they all increase photon emission in the body. Maybe enlightenment was never about floating above the world. Maybe it's about remembering that you are literally made of light and learning how to shine on purpose. Every feeling carries a waveform. Anger compresses, gratitude expands. Fear scatters energy, love organizes it. When the heart moves into gratitude, its rhythm becomes a perfect sine wave. Instruments can record this coherence, a literal harmony between heart and brain. That is the body speaking in music again. I know that feeling well. The instant I choose compassion instead of control, my whole body sighs in relief, like light finally remembering where to go. You've done it too. That moment you forgave someone who never apologized, and suddenly the world looked brighter? That was coherence being restored. Your light re-entered alignment. Inside every cell, photons move along the double helix of DNA, whispering instructions. They don't just illuminate, they communicate. Scientists have noticed that these faint flashes behave as if they store information, patterns that persist even after the light stops. Think of it as a library written in illumination. Ancient mystics called it the Akashic record, memory imprinted in the field. Modern physics calls it quantum information. Different language, same truth. Energy never forgets. It simply changes form. So when you heal, you're not erasing the past, you're recoding the light that carries it. Every being radiates a frequency signature. When two people meet, their fields overlap and begin to tune to each other. This is called entrainment. It's why laughter spreads. It's why one calm person can soothe a whole room. The photons leaving your skin can influence those around you. Experiments with cell cultures show that when one dish of cells is stressed and another is calm, but only light can pass between them, the calm dish helps stabilize the stressed one. That's empathy at the level of light. It means your peace isn't private. It's participatory. You're teaching the universe how to balance itself through the frequency you hold. Where attention goes, photons flow. Your focus is a lens that concentrates the life force. Look long enough at a problem and it grows heavier. Turn your gaze toward possibility, and the field rearranges itself around that intention. This isn't wishful thinking. It's the observer effect, proven again and again. The act of observing changes the outcome. When I finally learned to watch my pain without judging it, it began to dissolve. Not because I ignored it, but because I stopped feeding it distorted light. Awareness itself is the solvent. Imagine each thought as a photon seeking company. Similar frequencies attract. They gather, cluster, and form matter. That's manifestation stripped of mystique, consciousness crystallizing into form. The word human comes from the Sanskrit manas, mind, and the Latin humus, earth. We are literally mind-earth hybrids, consciousness condensed into clay, light wearing dust so it can see itself. When you realize this, self-doubt becomes impossible, because how could light ever be unworthy of shining? Medical researchers have used low-level laser therapy for years to stimulate tissue repair. Cells respond to light by accelerating regeneration. Now imagine emotional light doing the same. When you offer yourself kindness, you're applying coherent photons of attention to wounded places. When you speak truth, you align your frequency with integrity, and integrity heals faster than denial ever could. I've seen it in my own life. Days when pain felt endless until I stopped fighting it and simply bathed it in acceptance. Within hours, everything shifted. Light obeys surrender. Every sunrise, every candle flame, every act of love is a reminder of what you are made of. You came here not to find the light, but to remember you are it. And if you ever forget, look up. The same photons that left a distant star 10,000 years ago are touching your skin right now. That's how intimate the cosmos is with you. It's been reaching across time just to say, I'm still here, and so are you. So the question is no longer, do we emit light? It's, what story will our light tell next? Because every thought, every act of kindness, every breath of forgiveness is altering the brightness of the collective field. You are not a spectator in creation. You are one of its projectors. Shine deliberately. Shine honestly. Shine as if the whole universe is watching, because it is. And when you do, it will answer back in light. If this resonated with you, leave a comment, and don't forget to like and subscribe, it's free. This has been Valkyrie, and thank you for stopping by.